l'après-midi.
The presentation will be in English. The time by everyone. This is an awareness campaign based on recycling of plastic. It is for UTM. So please, everyone, keep silence and listen to me well. Well, the main aim of this awareness campaign is to promote plastic recycling in UTM, that is on campus, so that you can contribute to yourself, to the society, and to the environment also. So you might be thinking, why plastic recycling? Comment se connaît plastique, peut-être vous poser la question qui fait recyclage plastique à UTM. Ben, plastique, est-ce qu'il est dangereux d'après eux? C'est dans ce workshop là, dites-le matin, vous pensez, c'est un overview de climate change et tout. Ben, ensuite, nous pouvons présenter comment le plastique est dangereux. C'est dangereux, quel impact il y a dans l'environnement, quel impact il y a dans nous. Alors, welcome to the plastic store. I'm not marketing any of these products, but in fact, it's just to show you the different types of plastic products that we usually make use of. As you can see, at the household level, we have kitchen utensils, we have bins, we have buckets. Even you as students use rulers, plastic rulers. But all these products can be classified into two categories. I think someone asked the question. We have two types of plastic. We have the thermosetting and the thermoplastics. So thermosetting plastics are disposable plastics. That is, the difference is when you heat them, they are going to soften. And upon cooling, they are going to solidify. But on heating, when they are heated, they can be molded only once. That is, they cannot be brought back to the plastic stage again. It's not recyclable. Tandis que thermoplastics, they are recyclable plastics. That is, once heated, they can be molded hundreds of times. Alors, ils sont recyclable. Upon heating, they are going to soften, and upon cooling, they are going to solidify. But their hardness are subject. It is a temporary property which is subject to change with a rise or fall in temperature. Coming up to the 4 R's of sustainable living, I'm sure you're acquainted with the word sustainable till now. So we have 4 R's, namely refuse, reduce, reuse, and recycle. So refuse, it says, as the word says, say no to disposable plastic. So how can you say no to disposable plastic? Like the example provided before, if you're going to the market to buy vegetables and fruits, if you buy 1 kilogram of tomato, let's say, you're going to take 1 plastic bag. 1 kilogram of potato, another plastic bag. And if you're going to buy fruits, 1 kilogram of fruits, another plastic bag. How many? 3. So instead, bring your own shopping bag. Say no to plastic. Secondly, how can you reduce? Instead of buying in small quantities and accumulating plastics, you can buy in bulk, or you can buy, let's say for example, food with less packaging. And then reuse. As the word says, reuse. That is, reuse, make use over and over again. So it's not necessary that when you have a new plastic bag, you're going to throw it after having used it. You can wash it, let it dry, unless it is spoiled, of course, then you have to dispose it. And then the last one, it is recycle. Well, that's why I'm here today, to sensitize you to recycle plastic, and I hope I'll be successful in that. I think someone asked me the question, categories of plastic. So we have 7 categories. You can look on the table. Can you see at the back? So we have the first category. You're going to identify them with the small triangle with letter 1 in it. So it it is the polyethylene terephthalate. So one example will be soft drink bottles. Second category, we have the high density polyethylene. For example, detergent bottles. Can you see at the back? Third category, we have the polyvinyl chloride. For example, construction equipment PVC, PVC. And then fourth category, we have the low density polyethylene. You can see. Fifth category, we have the polypropylene. Like you see Tupperware, an example of it. The sixth category, I'm sure everyone knows about it, KFC lovers. The cup that you usually make use of. It is the sixth category, which is the polystyrene. And the seventh category, classified as others. Why? Because they don't fall into the category of the six above. And an example would be baby bottle. Now, I told you that you have different types of plastic. So, I told you that plastic is dangerous. So, it is dangerous in the fact that it causes two types of hazards. We have the environmental hazards and the health hazards. We'll look at the environmental hazards first of all. Like previously, the person before me mentioned, plastic doesn't disintegrate. That is, it will remain here. With the time we die, it is going to stay here. So if it is going to stay here itself, it is going to cause a threat to the environment. Right? So if it is going to cause a threat to the environment, that is, it's going to be harmful to us also. But for the health effects we're going to talk later. And also it is going to contribute to pollution, be it air or water pollution. But water pollution, it is when you're going to dump the waste into seas or rivers. And air pollution, like the woman who talked on the different NGOs and all, she mentioned about the global warming and all. So when you incinerate plastic, it is going to cause the emission of toxic fumes, which can cause greenhouse effect. I have two shocking facts to share with you. The first one, plastic is an open invitation for mosquitoes and for flash flood, in the sense that they cause stagnant water, which is an ideal breeding habitat for mosquitoes, and flash flood in the sense that they are going to block sewage drains. But as the woman said, it is not only the sole factor for flash flood, but it does contribute to that. An example would be the incident that happened on the River of March. And this, I think it is new to most of you. Marking the death of some animals beforehand. This is really sad to see that the marine turtles and vertebrates, they are mistaking plastic, which is being dumped in sea, rivers, they are mistaking it for food, mistaking it for jellyfish, and they are ingesting that. And when they ingest that, they are getting choked and poisoned. Okay? Coming up to the health hazards, plastic, they don't only have an effect on the environment, but it also has an effect on us, human beings. So it can cause hazards such as neurological problems, thyroid problems, birth defects, hormonal changes. And it's good to know that, especially girls, plastics are related to obesity and diabetes. Obesity for girls, of course. So beware. It's just not that when you say plastic, you touch it, you're going to get obese. No. We have different. The way we handle the plastic is going to cause the hazard. For those who have small brothers and sisters, cousins, this is an important fact. I'm sure you must have noticed this bag, school bag. Maybe you have used it. So it contains hazards. It is vinyl back to school supplies. They contain hazards which are very dangerous for children, for us, in the sense that when we don't use it, we're going to dispose it. Disposal would mean either dumping it or incinerating it, using toxic fumes. So since we have seen that plastic is dangerous, we have to find a solution for it. And recycling is one of the solutions. pollution. The reasons why we recycle plastic, like I told you, it is a threat to marine life and even to other animals. So it is, if we recycle plastic, we are going to save them. Secondly, it is going to reduce pollution since plastic causes air and water pollution. So if we are going to recycle plastic, we are going to reduce pollution. And the famous word global warming, we are going to prevent global warming also, since less greenhouse gases, less greenhouse effect. It is going to preserve our resources also. It is good to know that when we recycle 1 ton of plastic, 9 barrels of oil are being saved. So it is really economic. Talking of economy, it is good for the economy also for those who like to save money and all. And here this slide speaks by itself.
Banana.
As you can see, the banana peel will get time to die, to get reborn, but the plastic cup will be doomed on earth. So it's good to recycle. I have already mentioned about the disadvantages. Now, I have already told you that we need to recycle plastic. You have to know how to recycle plastic. What are the steps? So, firstly, you have to sort the plastic. The recycling companies will come to collect the plastic and they are going to sort them accordingly. And the second stage, washing the waste plastic. Washing would include removing the labeling on the containers of the plastic so that the output will be efficient. And then we are going to shred the plastic into pellets for it to be easy to get the new products finally. And then we are going to identify and classify it. That is, we are going to chemically test it and categorize it accordingly. And finally, to make new products. And here's an overview of it. The lorry collecting the plastics, we store it in a warehouse. We are going to process it to finally make new products. Now, what are the benefits of plastic recycling?
No benefit.
Recycling is beneficial for us, for the society as a whole, and to the environment also. Here are some benefits.
Yes.
It's going to protect the environment, reduce pollution, creates jobs. I'm going to talk down. So how does it help the environment? Like I mentioned before, reduce pollution, reduce risk from landfills, and it is going to reduce the environment impact also from mining or extracting fresh raw materials. It is going to build a strong economy. If we have lower plastic waste, we are going to save the cost for lower waste management. It is energy savings and it creates job also. So for those who are going to leave university, if you want a job, maybe you could just consider the recycling company. It will be beneficial for you. And then the recycling builds community. Maybe you have seen on TV that nowadays the environment is doing a lot of things for nettoyage, tri et tout. So people come together, they share ideas, they communicate instead of being in their own house. And here are some facts that we found out, some statistics. Like I told you, 9 barrels of oil are saved. We have less pollution, less landfill, less space, reduce the landfill space. So all this just to tell you, let's all recycle, let's all contribute to the society, to the environment. Well, this is an awareness campaign for UTM, but it is just not to sensitize you to recycle plastic. In fact, we have a project coming soon where we are integrating the recycle bin here. So once it's there, you're going to be informed, whether online or offline. So once the bin is here, you have to look for it. And once you find it, don't just look at it, you have to use it also. Okay? And I believe that not all of you are from Matugenic. The sensitization campaign is about Matugenic, but we all come from different parts of Mauritius. So the recycling does not start and stop at UTM also. So this would be interesting. If you find your village or nearby, then just consider these recycling points provided by the mission there, and you can do the recycling also. I thank you for your attention.